Hi, my name is Lauren. I guess you could say I somewhat grew up in a Christian home. My mom is a Christian, my dad is not. We grew up going to Millward Bible Church, which is kind of like a local church around our area. I would go to the children's program because I was like really little, and then I didn't really get like the basics of the gospel because all we would do was just like go downstairs and watch like VeggieTales and then like get candy for knowing the answers to the questions they would ask us. And then, but then Millward Bible Church got a new youth pastor, and that's when everything changed. He suggested that we meet at Mills High School, which was like about a 2-minute drive away from Millward Bible Church, but about a 10-minute walk away. And that scared me because I was still kind of young and I didn't want to be in like a different building as my parents. But thankfully my parents urged me to go, and then I'm so glad that they did, because the one week that I did go was the week that my pastor shared the gospel message with the youth group. So I was dropped off, and then we had our youth sermon, and then the pastor just explained the gospel message to us. He explained how Jesus came down to earth and he died on the cross for everything that we've done wrong. He explained how we are not perfect and how God loved us so much that he just sent his only son, Jesus, to die on the cross, and that Jesus rose again 3 days later to overcome the power of our sin and save us from an eternity in heaven. He also explained it in a way that made me really inspired to have it. He said that he imagined it, when his pastor explained it to him, as a little Jesus who would sit in his heart and like operate him like kind of like a robot, but like a robot for like good, because Jesus would be changing him for the better and working through his life. And that made me really inspired to have it, because he also said that God was with him throughout the good times and bad, like a best friend or a parent. And that made me really inspired to trust God, because I love the idea of that kind of support. And that's the kind of support that you can only get from someone you can really truly trust, like God. Ever since my rebirth, I definitely felt God working around me. When I was little, my little sister and I used to fight a lot. But we have been getting along a lot better now, and I can thank God for that. He is truly placed in the work that we have as sisters, and that the love that we share for him. And we have also grown a lot closer. He is the reason why Nikki is now one of my best friends. He also has shown me a lot of different ways that I can serve. I serve at day camp, and I would have never thought that I would be playing on the worship team for CTF. That was all God. Without God, I don't think I would have ever been able to get the courage to go and play like drums and guitar every Friday night. That was definitely God speaking through me. And this past summer, I attended the CBM high school camp. It was definitely the highlight of my summer, and it's because it was definitely a time for me to grow and learn more about God. We go on these things called life walks, and it's just like where you talk with your counselor about your walk. And then on my second life walk, we did a Bible study on the first chapter of Romans, and it's basically about how Paul went from being a persecutor of Christians to how he became one of the most well-known evangelists. Romans 1:16 says, "I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God for the salvation for everyone who believes." This verse really spoke to me because it basically says not to be afraid of your faith, and that's really important because that's how you reach out to more people and plant more seeds. So also my shirt is Greek, and it says he reigns, and it shows the power of God, that he reigns over everything that we do, and that he loves us no matter what. So I just encourage you not to be ashamed of your faith. Thank you.